In a world where ancestral blessings once granted people extraordinary powers, those gifts suddenly vanished just like your father, leaving humanity to face monstrous threats that emerged in their place. The world became a treacherous place, and adventurers now delve into dungeons to battle these beasts in hopes of restoring peace. Alina, our heroine, begins her morning as a guild receptionist, determined to give her all. For her, it's the perfect job, safe, stable, and routine. She spends her day smiling at adventurers and processing their requests before heading home. But one day, the guild is abuzz with excitement as Guns, known as the Raging Blade, strides in. Guns is a member of the guild's elite party, the Silver Sword, and announces he'll take on the hellflame dragon, a quest no other adventurer has ever completed. When Alina asks for his guild ID, Guns scoffs, feeling insulted. He flaunts his reputation, but Alina persists, explaining the rules and insisting he comply. Reluctantly, Guns hands over his ID. With the matter settled, Alina resumes her duties, glancing at the long line of adventurers still waiting. She seals herself, forcing on her best customer service smile. That night, while adventurers relax at the tavern, Alina is stuck at the guild, drowning in paperwork. Exhausted, she fantasizes about going home and unwinding, but realizes procrastinating will only make things worse. Determined to finish everything, she chugs more Red Bull and powers through. The endless workload stems from the hellflame dragon, whose dungeon spews monsters that flood the guild with quests. Alina curses the dragon for disrupting her life and vows to clock out on time, no matter what. Meanwhile, deep in the dungeon, the Silver Sword battles the hellflame dragon. Despite their skill, their attacks fail to harm the beast. Guns is flung aside, and even Jade, their leader, finds his attacks ineffective. Realizing they're outmatched, Jade orders a retreat. Just then, the mysterious adventurer bursts in. Jade warns her to flee, but she ignores him, summoning a weapon in a dazzling display that shocks the party. The newcomer, enraged, launches a fierce assault while unleashing an assault of curses, blaming the dragon for her overtime misery. Her attacks wound the beast, and she skillfully dodges its counters. When the dragon unleashes its ultimate attack, it leaves her unscathed. With one final bonk to the head, she defeats the hellflame dragon. The Silver Sword is left in stunned silence. Jade wonders if this mystery fighter could be the legendary Executioner, a lone adventurer rumored to conquer impossible dungeons. But the mysterious figure turns to leave, muttering only about getting home on time. Jade catches a glimpse of her face before she disappears. The next morning, Alina is horrified to find herself in the headlines again. The guild is desperate to locate the Executioner, and Guns' retirement means they want her to join the Silver Sword as their new attacker. Alina, however, wants to hide her identity no matter what. Her friend Layla is a huge fan of the Executioner and dreams of her joining the guild's top team. Alina explains that guild receptionists are forbidden from taking side jobs, and if her secret got out, she'd lose the stable job she values so much. Back at guild headquarters, Jade obsessively searches for the girl he saw. His teammates doubt the Executioner's identity, given her immense weapon, but Jade insists she's a young woman with black hair and green eyes. Elsewhere, a man with face tattoos seethes after being humiliated. As he vows revenge, a terrifying skeletal figure looms over him, signaling even darker forces at play. Jade then examines the relic dropped by the hellflame dragon. In this world, relics bear the mark of the ancestors, signifying their connection to legendary techniques. They grant incredible powers to their users, making them highly coveted among adventurers. Yet the Executioner seemed utterly uninterested. Moreover, the power she wielded wasn't like the traditional Dia techniques, leading Jade to suspect she might possess something far rarer, a Dia skill. With this possibility in mind, Jade resolves to find her at all costs. However, a sudden gust of wind catches Jade's attention, and he spots a girl who looks strikingly like the Executioner. His heart races as he watches her walk into the Adventurers Guild. Inside, Alina is relieved to see only a small number of adventurers waiting. But when Jade casually approaches to greet her, she's immediately on edge, wondering why the Silver Sword's leader is here. Panic creeps in as he could be investigating the Executioner, worried that he might have figured out her secret. Alina proceeds to calm herself, remembering that her face was covered and her fake name is on her license. There's no way anyone could connect her to the Executioner. Jade, however, begins questioning her about a mysterious warhammer he saw during the dragon fight. Alina denies knowing anything and attempts to deflect, but Jade blocks her, revealing that he got a clear look at the Executioner's face, and he knows her name. Alina freezes, stunned that her hood wasn't enough to hide her identity in the dark dungeon. Jade declares his disbelief that the Executioner is a guild receptionist. Alina, devastated, prepares to say goodbye to her stable life, but her determination resurfaces. She forces on her customer service smile and politely suggests they continue the conversation elsewhere. In a secluded alley, Jade hands her the relic from her battle. Alina thanks him and marvels at its strength, explaining that relics are nearly indestructible. Then, to Jade's shock, she effortlessly smashes it into pieces with one hand. Calmly, she declares her desire for a peaceful life as a guild receptionist. Her demeanor shifts as she warns Jade not to interfere with her quest for tranquility. Dropping her polite facade, she begins cursing like a sailor, threatening to crush Jade just as she did the dragon. Her parting words are blunt. He should stay far away from her forever. Alina tries to leave, but Jade uses his skill to stop her. His ability to harden anything he touches irritates Alina, and she summons her weapon, demonstrating just how serious she is. Jade barely dodges her attack, horrified by her power. Desperate, he questions how she acquired her weapon, suspecting it to be a Dia skill. Such abilities were thought to have vanished with the ancestors. Alina, uninterested, reiterates her sole concern, maintaining her peaceful receptionist life. Jade, refusing to give up, declares that he needs Alina to be the Silver Sword's attacker. Annoying, she accuses him of harassment. Jade then admits he hasn't been able to stop thinking about her since the dragon fight. His plea falls on deaf ears as Alina asserts her disinterest in adventuring. Jade, thinking he's clever, points out that someone seeking peace wouldn't have soloed a dungeon boss. Alina bluntly explains she didn't do it for glory, but to avoid overtime. Confused, Jade asks for clarification, and Alina launches into a rant about the horrors of endless paperwork. Her overtime nightmare was the result of adventurers like Jade failing to handle the dragon. She only fought the beast to reclaim her regular clock-out time. Now, instead of enjoying her hard-earned peace, she's being hounded by those trying to uncover her identity. Jade proposes a solution. She wouldn't have to worry about overtime if she joined the Silver Sword. Alina points out the flaw in his logic. Adventurers don't have the clock-out time at all. Finally, she firmly declines his offer, warning him not to reveal her secret. If he does, she promises he'll regret it. Returning to her post, Alina savors the satisfaction of clocking out on time. She dreams of enjoying her evening, stopping by her favorite cake shop and living without worry. Her fantasies are short-lived, however, as a tattooed man bursts into the guild, demanding a secret quest. Alina can't help but dread that this new troublemaker will lead to yet another mountain of overtime. This then marks the end of today's anime recap. If you enjoyed the video and want more of it, please support the channel by leaving a like and subscribe. Let's help us reach our current goal of 20,000 subscribers.